Today, the 24th of March 2026, is Tuesday of the 5th week of Lent. My dear friends, it's another sacred day in this season of Lent. Another day for reflection, renewal, and spiritual growth. Today, our focus is on patience, a virtue that is often put to the test for most people, but it's at the heart of every meaningful relationship with God and others. Our theme for today's reflection: be not impatient. The scripture reading from Numbers 21:4-9 tells us the story of the Israelites who became impatient with God during their journey through the desert. They had just been freed from slavery, but instead of being grateful for their freedom, they grumbled against God simply because of some inconveniences. They not only complained about their hardships, but even longed to go back to the comforts of Egypt, even if it meant being in slavery. Their impatience led them to dire consequences that teach us a deep life lesson. In our own lives, impatience often arises when we feel that our needs are not being met according to our timeline. We live in a world that demands immediate satisfaction. From fast food to instant messaging, we are used to having everything we want at the push of a button. This instant gratification mentality can shape the way we relate to God if we are not careful. We expect our prayers to be answered quickly, our problems solved swiftly, and our desires fulfilled without delay. But what happens when God doesn't work according to our timetable? When things don't go as we planned? We are faced with the same challenge as the Israelites, whether we will choose to trust in God's timing or let impatience take root in our hearts. Consider the traffic situation in Lagos or any other such city, for example. When you are stuck in traffic and you see other drivers speeding past you who are in traffic, only to cut into your lane in front. The tendency is to get angry and lose patience, throwing a word of abuse or even a curse. But in fact, impatience in such moments only leads to frustration, and worse, it can lead to accidents. In the same way, impatience in our spiritual lives can lead to spiritual accidents. It can make us to miss the message or lesson that God has for us in the waiting period. The impatience of the Israelites in the desert led them to sin, and the consequence of sin is always painful, as they must have realized when they were afflicted with venomous snakes, according to the passage of scripture that we read today. However, even in their sin, God did not abandon them. He commanded Moses to make a bronze serpent, and so that whoever is bitten and looked at it will be healed. This was an act of grace, a reminder that even when we fail, God's patience never runs out. His grace is always available to heal us, to restore us, and to lead us back on the right path. So, what does it mean for us to be patient in our relationship with God? It means trusting in His timing, even when what we experience don't seem to make sense. It means surrendering our plans to His will and allowing Him to lead us. When we choose patience, we choose peace. We choose trust. We choose to say, "Not my will, but yours be done." Patience with God leads to deeper intimacy with Him, and the result is righteousness and joy. Our desires and plans for ourselves may lead us to impatience, but we must remember that God is never slow in fulfilling His promises, because His timing is always the right one. As 2 Peter 3:9 reminds us, the Lord is not slow in keeping His promise, as some understand slowness. God's patience is not a delay, it is an opportunity. What looks like a delay in our reckoning is in fact an invitation for us to trust His perfect timing, to allow our hearts to grow in faith, and to align our desires with His will. Patience, dear friends, is not only about waiting, it's also about how we wait. Are we waiting with trust or with frustration? Are we waiting with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that God is at work? Or we are waiting with bitterness and doubt, questioning His timing? Let us remember that the journey with God is not a race, it is a relationship. It is about walking with Him step by step, day by day, every moment